Hello and welcome to another installment of Armor Get Honor. Today we're going to learn about the life and legacy of Elizabeth Paschel Hoisington, who served in the United States Army, who was a U.S. Army officer, who was one of the first two women who attained the rank of brigadier general. So if you're into military history or history in general, please hit the like, subscribe, and follow me wherever you follow me, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Without further ado, let's get going. Elizabeth was born on November 3rd, 1918 in Newton, Kansas, in Harvey County, Kansas, to the parents of Colonel George and Mary Josephine Sewing Hoisington. Elizabeth was a graduate of 1940 from College of Notre Dame of Maryland. During World War II, the United States Army expanded opportunities for women beyond nursing by creating the Women Auxiliary Corps, or better known as WAAC, where Hoising enlisted in the WAAC in November of 1942 and completed her basic training at Fort Des Moines, Iowa, which at the time women were required to serve in the units before they could apply to officer cadet school or the OCS. So Private Hoisington went to the WAAC aircraft early warning unit in Bangor, Maine. The company's commander recognized her talents and made her the first sergeant soon after her arrival. She later said that she then sought out the most male first sergeant she could find and asked him to teach her what she needed to know. And she said that he did such a good job that when she reached the OCS, she never had she never had to open a book. Hoisington was commissioned on in May of 1943 as a WAAC third officer. When the auxiliary became the Women's Army Corps, WAC, a month later, the officer changed his standard to our Army rank, and Hoisin became the second lieutenant, where she deployed to Europe, serving in France after D-Day, where Hoisington continued her career after World War II and advanced through the ranks to court colonel as she commanded WAC WAC unit in Japan, Germany, and France, and served as in staff assignments in San Francisco and the Pentagon. Washington was appointed the 7th director of the Women's Army Corps on August 1st, on August 1st, 1965, and served from 1965 1966 to 1971 as a director during the Vietnam War, where she visited the WACs, serving as a Saigon and Laos and Long Binh in September of 1967. According to some sources, Washington discouraged sending Army women to Vietnam because she believed the controversy would deter progress in expanding the overall role in women in the Army. Colonel Elizabeth P. Hoisington visited the members of the WAC detachment in Vietnam in the unit courtyard in Long Binh in October of '67, where Colonel Hoisington she met cadre members of the WAC detachment in Vietnam in October '67. She left to write Special Officer or Spec for Rhino M. Stoep, Sergeant First Class CL Betty J. Benson, Colonel Hoisington, Captain Peggy E. Reddy, Staff Sergeant Edith Everson, and PFC Patricia E. Pewitt Upson, arriving in Vietnam to inspect the WAC unit, and personnel captain or Colonel Frank, WAC staff advisor Army Pacific, are welcomed by General Crichton W. Abrams, Deputy Commander MACV 21st of September 1967, the first two military women to receive general officer rank. Brigadier General Anna May Hayes, the Chief of the Army Nurse Corporal Brigadier General Elizabeth Hoisington, and Director WAC Miami Eisenhower, and the promotion on June 11th of 1970. On May 15th, 1970, President Nixon announced that the first woman selected for promotion to Brigadier General, Anna May Hayes, Chief of the Army Nurse Corps, and Hoisington. The two women were promoted on June 11th. Hayes and Hoisington were promoted within minutes of each other. Because they were promoted in alphabetical order, Hayes was the first woman in the United States Armed Forces to wear the insignia of the Brigadier General. The Hoisington and Hayes promotion resulted in positive public relations for the Army, including appearance on the Dick Caveat and David Frost, and today shows Hoisington, who was noted for her quick smile and ambulant personality, also appeared as mystery guest on the popular game show What's My Line. Hoisington retired from the Army on August 1st, 1971. Hoisington shared the moment with her mother at her retirement review on July 30th, 1971. At the grave of Arlington National Cemetery, family of the Hoisington's grandfather, Colonel Perry Miles Hoisington, helped to organize Kansas National Guard for her father, Gregory Hoisington, who was a graduate of West Point and a graduate in the Army. He was a direct descendant of Ebenezer Hoisington and the founder of the state of Vermont and a soldier of the American Revolution. Hoisington's brother, Terry Hoisington II, was a U.S. State Air Force general, and Elizabeth 1970 promotion made them the first brother and sister generals of the United States military. Elizabeth would pass away on August 21st, 2017, or 2007, in Springfield, Virginia, at the age of 88 years old. She is buried in Arlington National Cemetery. So there you have it. There's your story and the life and legacy of Elizabeth Hoisington. If you like the story if you like what you see in a story or any stories of what you see on my YouTube channel, please consider liking, subscribing, turn the notification on, sharing it with your friends and family, and I'm looking forward in seeing you next time on Armored and Honor.